This video will show you how to add your background browser fill image. Now, if you set yours up as I did with 960 for the content width, you can move this scrubber around. This would actually hide the background browser. You can move it over so that you can actually see it. You can see it on both sides here. And while I'm in here, I'm going to click on my content page and drag this down just so that it's in the right width or right height. Okay, so now we go up to here and we don't see the word browser. If you don't see the word browser, just make sure your scrubber bar is moved out and you either click out in here or click out in the dark gray area, and then it will show up. You'll notice that in my files, I already went in and I found some pictures. I didn't find just lion fur. I found a lion, an extremely large one, and I ended up using Photoshop and zoomed in on it and cropped part of the picture. I also believe I lightened it with opacity too. Saved it as a PNG file. So again, I want to go back, click on Browser Fill, click on Add Image. Lion fur is what I used. And you'll notice as we scroll over, it's now showing on the side. And I think we're all set. If you're on that browser fill, remember, you don't have the option to use opacity. So you probably are going to need to take whatever image you have and put it into Photoshop or another program to make it lighter if you want, or use some of the other filters. I ended up putting mine, positioning it right here in the middle. If I position it at the bottom, well, I don't see it moving now. I think it's because I did scale to fill. You know, when you put them in, you can use tile, and you're not going to see it now because I've already set it, where it tiles the picture over and over again. I think it actually looks better if you do scale to fit. And that's how you put your background browser image on. Now, since before I had used a lion in my banner image, this looked pretty good with it. Instead now, since I've got what looks like lake water here, I might be better off going into Google, typing in lake water, or let's just try lake water. Still waiting. Here, I want to make sure on my tools, images, tools, and for some reason the internet's moving very slowly here, that I have labeled for reuse. And I look through here and I think, I'd like to find a picture that shows quite a bit. Again, my browser is buffering. This might be a good one here. This one. So I think I'll go with one of those that I just mentioned. Might be too dark, but let's see. The size is nice and big. I'll visit it. Wait for it to load. Download all sizes. I think I'll download, just to be safe, the 2048 pixel one this time. It's taking a while. And when it's done, I can right-click on it and save the image. And I do apologize. I usually have pretty fast internet, and this is taking a while. While I'm waiting on that, I think I'll go back to Muse. I'll take off the lion fur because it doesn't go very well with my new zoo image. Delete it. When this is done, I'll right-click, choose Save As. Save Image As. I'll just call it lake water, even though it kind of looks like seawater. Okay, I've got it saved. Go to Muse, go to Browser Fill, go to Add Image, lake water, open. And you can see it's off a little bit from this. So this is why I think a lot of times it's nicer to use Photoshop and work on your images a little bit. And probably what I would have done was either used opacity or changed the hue of this just a little bit so that it looked a little nicer with my image. Another thing that I probably would do now if I'm looking at this is go back down here to the footer. So I'm going to go to Window, Reset Panels, Layers, Footer, Rectangle, and let's look here. It's not showing. Let's click on it first. There we go, Rectangle. I might want to change this fill color to make it look a little better too. Let's do a light blue to a darker blue. And I think that might look just a little better with this whole thing. And there you have it. That's how you add a background image, and then I made one other correction.